Sometimes you forget where the camera is. So now the camera's actually on this side. So I think the consensus is I gotta keep remembering to look at the cameras over there. I'm gonna switch this around anyway. But the consensus seems to be if you drink enough coffee, it kills the COVID. I'm going with that. Casey Benson, I bet you like that, brother. Drink enough coffee, it kills the COVID. Because they said something about as long as it's like the COVID doesn't like temperatures above 80 degrees or something like that. Well, this coffee is definitely way above 80 degrees. Doesn't really look like coffee though, does it? I keep looking over here because the camera's usually over there, but it's not. It's got like all kinds of good stuff in it. It's got cinnamon, it's got cream, frothed. Keep looking at the wrong thing. Kind of almost makes it so it's not coffee. What do you consider this? Is this like would this be considered like a dessert drink? So what's happening, everybody? Anybody out there? I think I gotta activate my Apple device here. Apple, whatever it is, not Apple. YouTube. I don't even know where to go here. My channel. Hit that. My channel. Oh! Get the volume out of there. So what is happening? Fancy coffee. That's right, Casey. Fancy. I mean, look at that. That doesn't really look like coffee to you, does it? I'm gonna switch this to the back camera because I think this camera doesn't look like as good. So I'm just gonna do the spin and switch if that works. I think that works, right? Let's see what it's framed like. Yeah, it looks all right, right? I think that looks okay. Welcome to Disaster Live 101. How to destroy a live stream by RC Guy Garage. So what's happening, everybody? Put your pinky up when you drink it. You got to have the special cup for that one. See, this is easier. When you're looking at so I've obviously you see other YouTubers, right? And or even anybody that just does like filming in general. If you've got a monitor that you could potentially look at, you almost end up looking at yourself. And I'm actually can see the camera. So you know to actually look at the camera and not like look at yourself kind of thing. Traxxas rules. Traxxas has been overlaid. Losi and Habal rules this house right now. Traxxas is good though. Larry Mitchell, guy, what the heck is that, dude? Dude, you just bought me a cup of coffee, guy. Thank you. That's awesome. Wow, the stream like exploded. There's already 15 people here. Been hoping to catch you live. Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Obviously, everybody knows what's going on. All this garbage that we're hearing about stinks. It's affecting like so much stuff. Well, obviously some people are from the UK over here, but us Americans, we have a certain way of living. And if anything goes, against that, there's an issue. Did I miss the stream? I'm trying right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to read like comments. RC Daniels here. Shadow Ops, you were first. You working on one of your nitros? Awesome, man. You know what? I can't wait to open up one of the nitros that I've got. That's gonna be nice. Building 3 different Tamiya road cars. Got to keep busy, man. You got a Losi 8 nitro and a Traxxas nitro. Nice. Yeah. How does it do that little how did it do that little icon thing on the Larry Mitchell? How did it do that icon thing? It's funny looking. Oh, Larry's already taken off. Or is Charles McGee taking off? Matt, Sky, what's going on? So we got Mets is here, Case is here, Benzie. Mets, Asterian, Casey. Sorry about that, brother. What's that? Steve 516. Oh yeah, you were the one. Kel Robbins, g'day, mate. What's happening, man? Do you have the debt? Yeah, I do. The UDR. As a matter of fact, I actually, because of all this time I've gotten my hands, check that out. I've actually been like organizing. So right now I've got to get another one of these things here. I'm afraid to like unplug it, but you know what? I'll plug it. I'll take you over there. See how this works. Come on, undo. Larry Mitchell, Guy. What are you doing, Guy? Holy crap. I'm the only one in chat with Nitro Savage. So what I've kind of done is this rack right here is absolutely perfect. I think I paid like $40 or $50 for this rack. And I've got the UDR right there. So the UDR and the Mojave, because they are the same truck, they share the same space. The UDR is kind of being pushed off. And I usually do put blocks underneath. Like obviously you can see my Barca. It's sitting on the box, and it may look like it's sitting on the tires, but it's not. It's literally just enough to keep the tires off the actual wire. You can see that back wheel's moving too, I think. Well, it was moving. But the box is just enough to keep the wheels off. I've got to do like what I think Trash Ninja, I think he's the one that kind of suggested it, was he uses those or he suggested the yoga blocks, which I'm going to get a bunch of those because I do normally like to have my RCs kind of like, up. Like obviously you can see this thing right here. I've got that sitting on my stand right now. We still have this thing that we're going to build. And finally, the consensus for that Kyosho was, I think, what was the choice? It was like, do a live build, a series build, or just give me videos, I don't care. And just give me videos, I don't care worked out. So, and that's kind of what I was hoping. I was hoping people were going to be like, dude, I don't care, just throw me videos. So I'll end up doing like a series build on it, just like a 1-2. I don't even know how I'll end up doing it. I guess it depends upon what the instructions look like. I haven't even looked at the instructions yet, but obviously, depending upon how things are done, how it's laid out, maybe do like 30-minute like things or something like that. Watch it get built in like 20 minutes or something. Still trying to figure out like my remotes. I still need more space for the remotes. Either that or I'll just get like, the sun just came out. I'll get like what Chef has, one of those Una remotes. The heck is it called again? The Fly Sky something. Noble, Fly Sky Noble. But there's the UDR. There's the UDR. Mojave. I got my Gen 7 right there. Obviously, beautiful machine right there. That thing. You want to talk about... Again, I don't try to talk favorites, man, but that thing right there, that has become... for what it is, for what that thing is, that is a favorite. This thing right here is pissing me off. I think the pull starter for this, it's not solid enough for the compression of the engine, so I keep ripping apart the pull start. I keep pulling it, supposedly like with the directions or the instructions right on the tag for the pull start and in the I think there was like a piece of paper that it came with. Don't pull it with bearish strength. And I'm thinking like, bearish strength? What are you talking about? And like literally the third pull, I ripped it right out of the thing. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. So far I've ripped it out a bunch of times, like, I don't know, like 5 times or something like that. And I keep putting it all back together. People are telling me to just go ahead and get the mechanical starter for it. You know, just put a roto start or something. I don't know what it is. That way I don't have to deal with that stupid pull start in that thing. And obviously these two guys right here are sitting there. That's the, what's that? Is that the Emax or the T-Max? I don't remember. I think that's the T-Max. Yeah, it's the T-Max. That's the Emax. There's my bucket. Is my bucket right there of Chernobyl. So that's a bucket of Chernobyl right there. And this shouldn't actually be right here. That should actually go right there. That way that can stay with that. And then you got your top shelf there. And then we got a couple of things over here that are sitting in boxes that are going to have to get busted open fairly soon. So we've got a Hyper VT. That's the 150 amp version. We also have the Cage Truggy, the Hyper SS. These three are from Hebao, and that is a gas nitro version. It's actually not. Did I switch the boxes? Something's not making sense here. SS Truggy RTR. I forget which one is which, but they're basically both the same vehicle, except one is a caged buggy and the other one is a truggy. The truggy is a nitro, and the electric one, or the other one, the caged buggy, is the 150 amp 22 or 2000 kV. I can't remember what kV it is, but and then we got this thing right here, Hyper MT Sport Plus. That's sitting on its tires. The tires are actually going to go on that, and I'm finally going to take that thing out for its first rip. I'll take it out for a rip, and I want to get max speed on that thing before I switch out to the brand new transmission. So this thing has a brand new transmission. Kaiju is all ready to rip. We'll be taking that thing out. I just ordered a few parts again for this, just because. I just want to make sure I've got things in order. If you haven't seen that that link that I put up, go to teamredcatshop.com right now and buy your tires and wheels for Kaiju. If you like these tires that came on this Kaiju, which fit the Traxxas Max absolutely mint, and I'm guessing for that, as long as that's the same hub style, which I bet it is, yeah. These tires are just absolutely beautiful. So, there's my coffee right there. There's my old remote. Yeah, here's my mess. Here's my my gas mask here, just in case when I go to, venture outside. Gotta be careful out there, right? All right. How do we got this? Is that shot framed all right? I think that's all right, right? You don't need to be staring at my head. And because right now I'm actually streaming. You probably already figured it out. I'm streaming with my Note 8 down here now, because that's how it's working. That's how this garbage has affected me, is obviously my computer, which is always downstairs in the shop, which used to be upstairs in the office. Now it's down. Now it's upstairs. So I'm using my Note 8 or my spare Note 8, whatever it is, to be able to do videos down here. And people are saying that the clarity is pretty good. Obviously, the only negative is it's on Wi-Fi, and my router is like a good distance away and a whole floor away. So, oh, Earl's here. I miss coffee. There's a ton of people in here. Logan, I'm sure somebody phone home. RC guys here. Larry Mitchell, Earl Moorhead, Jeremy Garza, RC Daniel, Logan, Casey, Eleanor's Adventures. What's going on, guy? Who else is here? Sergeant J. What's going on, man? Yeah, Kyosho Madvan. Yeah, I'm waiting on more videos from you. Larry, you're crazy, man. Thank you for that. That's insane. Charlie77. What's going on, guy? Mets, I know, 22, 23, 24. It's like jumping right now. What time is it? It's like 4:15. What, nobody works anymore? What's going on? Telling you, this is rough, man. When you're somebody that not lives to work, and not works to live either, but when you're somebody that, I don't know, likes to work, you know what I mean? You like having a destination, helping people out and doing projects and stuff, man. It gets a little crazy, but I don't know. Flying Fortress. What? Is that this guy's name? Flying Fortress RC? Is that your whole name? Flying Fortress RC Jody Shani. It's hard to read this. Shanifeld? If that's your whole name, holy crap. Oh, you haven't had much luck with the Mad Van? Well, don't forget what it is, though. It's not like an Ultimate Basher. It's a low-priced Kyosho, you know, kind of beat on thing, you know, just not too hard. You trade coffee for RCs? Yeah, that's what Casey will do. Casey will trade. Casey's, I think, starting to put up his Hot Wheels collection and starting to trade for like cups of coffee per Hot Wheel. He's breaking out the Hot Wheels lately. Okay, so you know this person, FFRJ. I've never seen Flying Fortress over here before. This must be his first time. Asterion, just got myself a LRP race engine for my Nitro, and it rips. Nice, dude. Yeah, definitely go check Sergeant J's videos on his Mad Van. RC Will Folgers, medium roast too. Medium roast? Nah, it's got to be like heavy dark roast. Heavy, thick, mud, dark, caffeine enriched, caffeine induced, caffeine infused. Oh, you've never seen him? Yeah, just shortening the name a little bit for me. FFRJ. Or just call him Flying Fortress. That's what it is, right? Flying Fortress? Yeah, Flying Fortress. That's a crazy name, man. Out here in Seattle, all the Starbucks you want. You know, that was just crazy because we went to Walmart and we saw like, you know, like obviously seeing different various stores being closed down. So you've got like sub shops. There's like this strip of stores that are food shop type stores. Like there's obviously like a restaurant one. Then there's Jersey Mike's, that's closed. Couple of other places like in that location. And then you got Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A literally is the only one open. Like all the other ones are closed up. And it's funny too because I've never had a Jersey Mike's sub or whatever the heck that place is. And I thought about going and realizing that the place was closed. It was like, oh, that kind of stinks. But it's crazy. I was thinking about tomorrow doing a COVID drive Just throw my mask on, drive around in Big Black, and film like all the stores that are closed, and not just because it's Sunday. All the stores have like the COVID-19 closure signs on them, which is nuts. And also, we first came across for the first time a grocery store doing the single in, single out. Like, you only come in one side of the store and you exit out of the other side. And my wife actually had to wait outside in the cold rain to get in, and that felt bad for her. That's how big the line was, and it's just like, man, I get it, but wow. Now I think they're gonna implement. I don't know if it's like actually happening or if I'm listening to fake news or not, but I thought I heard something about. I don't think it's here yet, but something about possibly making it mandatory to wear a mask outside, like if you're going to be in common kind of areas, which makes sense. That way it's not, going to and from or whatever. I'll walk around with this and watch people lose their minds. Can you run? Can you run a Nitro RC with differential fluid? You gotta watch out for Earl Moorhead over here. He's the turtle police. Earl, now that you're here, did you I know you said like you were gonna get some wheelbase and track width measurements for some buddy of yours on YouTube. Did you ever get those numbers written down on a piece of paper or anything? Throw it in the mail or? Wow, $1,000 fine for not wearing a mask? Yeah. Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there being awake. You can see him right in the corner right there. If I was messing with stuff on this table, you know that they would be active. Yes, you got the numbers? Measurements? All right, cool. Thank you. Only because it's actually for that thing right there, the Hyper VT. I don't know. The body just looks too massive. I'm gonna run it as is, but I want to see like if I can adapt a different body to it. And obviously, like the infraction body, it's pretty sharp. They you could get those infraction bodies clear, right, Earl? I never looked. I could probably just look online. No, I can't look online because I'm using my thing here. I'll get a kick out of the video. Oh, no. Let's make fun of RC Guy Garage again. It's very easy to do, by the way. Oh, so you can get it in clear. Yeah. All right. Thank you, honey. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some dip. So here you go. This is actually a first time dip that my wife has just like pulled out of nowhere. It has shrimp, bacon, artichoke hearts, bunch of different kinds of cheeses, and then something else. But you know what? The thing you got to watch out for, right, is if there is a pot holder on a pan handle, don't take the pot holder off and then grab the pan handle like with your bare hands, because the reason why there was a pot holder on it was because it just came out of the oven. So I got sizzle fingers right now. Feels awesome. Sizzle fingers. Dude, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Look at that. Look at the steam coming off of there. Oh, can you see the steam? That's chips. I've never heard of any kind of dip like that, but wow. Making you hungry? And wash it down. You can wash it down with a nice tea normally, but I already have a coffee. Big Mac RC, you're on lockdown, but the state let the... Because it's essential, guy. You know? People need their ways to forget about what's going on with the whole planet right now. The whole planet's on lockdown. Riff Raff, what's going on, guy? What is this one right here? Avengi? No. Evgen? I can't read your name, guy. I can't even read that name. Sorry, I can't read the name. Oh, you're talking in a different language. I think you are. Either that or you just went nuts on the keyboard. Stop it with the coffee. Well, I don't know, man. It all depends. Do you have any 69 Camaros or 67 or 68 Camaros in your collection? We might be able to work out a deal, Casey. Could send you a coffee. Could send you a K-Cup. Riff Raff, doing good, man. You know, just the typical, you know, being not stuck inside the house, but stuck inside the house, kind of. What's my most durable RC? None of them. That's easy to answer. What RC have I not broken yet? I have not broken my UDR. There's actually a few RCs that I haven't broken yet. But that also might be use and abuse. I think here, I'll bring one to you right now. Losi should like think of me as like a spokesperson for this vehicle right here, which is the DB Pro from Losi, obviously, Fox Edition. So far, make sure I don't get any sand. So far, I don't want to say it's been unbreakable, but, and it might also be that this is making me a better driver, I guess, or at least when I drive this car, I feel like I'm a better driver, and I know I'm not a good driver. I mean, I know how to drive an RC car. It's just easy. You just pull the trigger full and go left or right. You know what I mean? And then maybe like throw in a little brake here and there. But this car has done so much more, I think. How do I word it? This car has just been incredible. If anybody's like ever thinking about getting this car, like if this comes on your radar, don't even question it, because if you question it, you are point blank wasting your time, precious time, that you could be having a blast with this thing on 3S. And no, I haven't changed opinion either. This thing is bone stock out of the box. The only thing that I have lost was a rear nylock nut for one of the shocks. That is literally it. Other than that, this thing is, like I said, I don't really toss around favorite RC, but as of right now, for a buggy, for what this thing is, this is my favorite one of these for what this is. You cannot go wrong if you buy that thing. I am the Losi spokesperson. Yeah, Losi quality, right? Vega's here. What's going on, guy? Do I have a DBXLE? Sergeant, are you talking to me or are you talking to somebody else? You must be talking to somebody else. Asterian, what do you mean, vodka guy? No, I don't. I need to get one. Last of the legacy. Sunny there today. Nice, man. Riffraff. Yeah, the sun actually just poked its head out for a couple of minutes. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Asterian. What's the second little icon? I see the first one looks like a germ bottle thing, but what's the second little icon? Like washing your hands or something? They're discontinued? Highly underrated? Well, it's almost like talking about a vehicle that you know about that seems to be overrated. I should eat off camera because that wouldn't look right if I eat on camera, right? You just hear me crunching away. It's like a movie out there. Dude, so Vega, you're out of New York City, right? I feel bad for you, man. Anybody that's in New York City, holy crap, you guys are, I don't want to say you guys are screwed, but wow. Just because of, it's like almost coronavirus central, isn't it? New York, like coronavirus central? That and what, Washington or something? What do you do for work? Did you already say? You're essential? Drink another 100 grams of vodka to your hobby. How to charge a LiPo and what the dangers are. So Matthew, just don't walk away from a battery, LiPo battery it's charging. Don't charge it in your house. And if you do, make sure you're charging in a LiPo bag, and then make sure that LiPo bag is in like a metal box, and that metal box is on cinder blocks. So just in case the thing decides to go Chernobyl on you. And then just follow instructions like per how the battery should be charged. The lower you charge the batteries for the amp rating, supposedly the longer they'll last for. Never leave a LiPo battery charged for more than a day. If you point blank are not going to use the LiPo battery, like that day, let's say you charge it, right? And then you walk away and then you realize, I don't know, maybe it's raining out and you're like, nah, forget it, which that shouldn't stop you, but discharge the battery or put it into a safe storage charge. And don't store them inside your house. Don't put them all together either. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. More than I could ever say. All these guys in here could tell you everything about LiPos. All these guys are experienced. New York City, New York crazy lockdown, yeah. No TP, huh? We do a lot of shopping. This household, we do shopping, a lot of it at BJ's. It's like a bulk, bulk buying thing. Not everybody knows what BJ's is. So whenever we buy anything, like, you buy a jar of pickles, you're buying a jar of pickles. You know what I mean? So like everything that we get when you buy toilet paper, you're getting like 100 rolls of toilet paper, in a package. So we were pretty good, just because of the way we shop anyway. Like down here where we are right now, where all you guys are here, we have like a closet that's literally like right there behind that wall right there. That's, has stuff in it, paper towels, toilet paper, all kinds of like, storage. We got a pantry room upstairs that we have, like, it goes all the way to the ceiling. It has all kinds of like storage and stuff. And because we buy in bulk, it's like we've got everything. Yeah, like Sergeant J right there. He can speak a lot about lipo safety. There you go, Big Mac. Make a great firecracker sound. I actually had one of the what did I do with the box? I had one of these bad boys right here. Galaxy Note 7. I don't know if it's focused on it. And this one actually did light up right next to me, right on the couch. And I was one of those people that was like, it's never going to happen to me. And when all that stuff started happening with these Note 7s, I named my phone Chernobyl. And then literally like a couple of weeks, the thing goes off right next to me on the couch. I felt like a hockey player. I slap shotted that thing right off the couch so fast, slammed into a wall, went into not the dining room, but we have got like in between the kitchen and the living room, we have like this stretch of breakfast nook or something. I don't know what you call it. And it went under the table onto the wooden floor while it's still going off like a rocket. And I picked up the table that it went under and I kicked it to the tile floor, because I knew that while the thing was going thermal on me, that it wouldn't, harm the tile floor. What's it going to do to tile? Do you know what I mean? But it literally filled up the whole first floor with smoke, and the smoke was nasty. Like I never smelled a lipo fire smoke before, and it was pretty bad. Had to open like all the windows in the house and everything. Yeah, Zop. Get your Zops. Get your Zop Pops. Yeah, So your things have been limited? That stinks. Yeah, chemicals, yeah. What I've been telling people is go ahead and get a if you've got the ability to, go on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and buy one of those truck boxes. A truck box is the perfect place to put LiPo batteries because there's enough space to lay them out so that they're not like setting each other off. Like doing it like this right here. This right here, this is a bad idea. And you can see I still have my Zop Pops sitting in with a bunch of 6S packs. But yeah, don't do this because this is Chernobyl in a bucket right here. Larry, dude, what are you doing, guy? How are you doing those little icons? You're insane, dude. Thank you, guy. Holy crap. Asterion, what do you mean bedtime? What else do you got to do? You don't need to go to bed, guy. Yeah. A toolbox for a pickup bed. So you can get it, obviously, you can get the smaller versions or you get the full-size version. And if you obviously don't get a plastic one, but you get the steel one or aluminum, whatever. It just gives you plenty of room to like, and it's weather tight. So you can literally leave everything outside. If you're worried about it getting stolen, you chain it to something obviously that's not going to move. But yeah, using a truck box is absolutely perfect because usually like on Craigslist or the Facebook Marketplace or wherever you can find stuff for sale, you can find those truck boxes for really short money. I mean, I've seen them on there for like, I don't know, $25, and not the massive one, but you know, a small like a S10 pickup or a Ranger box, you know, a metal one for like $25. And then even for like my size truck, you can find them for like $50 or $40. And then like literally that is perfect because right away, some of them have like a top shelf. And even if they didn't have a top shelf, you can fabricate something so that all of your batteries are separated. And that way you're not having one battery ignite. Like, so you get like, so the big thing initially was an ammo box because it's metal, because if you get a real ammo box, because it's made of real metal, it's got a seal, whatever. Not that that really matters during charging, but you're throwing like, depending upon how many batteries you want to stick in there, you may be putting 4, 5, 6 batteries in there. If one battery goes off, they're all gone. So in a truck box, granted, like I said, it can be a pain in the neck, but safety for your house, a truck box is perfect. You know, it's funny, Larry Mitchell, I never said this, but you almost look like the guy from Welder Up. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but because obviously the pictures that we get to see, like the picture that I get to see of you is like that, but you look like the owner from Welder Up. Make sure to vent the box. Nah, you don't need to vent it. Put it this way, if you don't vent it, you starve the flame if one goes off. It needs oxygen to burn still. Yeah, those truck boxes are awesome. Definitely the way to go. Yeah, Welder Up. Yeah, that show was awesome. No, doesn't everybody agree? Look at his picture. He looks like the dude from Welder Up. Yeah, off-brand lipos, right? You know what though? Would people consider? So I've got two of these, and I've got two of these, right? So I'm only showing you the one and one. So these Ovonic packs, man, for the price, wow. The only reason why I have these packs was for this vehicle right here. So when I did the measuring for this vehicle, because of what it required, this was my first on-road vehicle in years. Like the last time I drove like an on-road vehicle, I had to have been like in my teens. But I got this one. This is a Habao EPX. I was actually set up with this as a pre-release. So it came as a roller. It came as a painted body because I didn't want to bother painting. You just had to install your own electronics in it. And what do I have? A 5400 kV motor in there. But with the way this battery configuration thing is, with a vehicle that's like this that could get a side impact, they would say that, a hard pack, or realistically, any RC car supposedly is supposed to have a hard pack anyway, but how many of us really listen to that? But this battery right here, I found fit this vehicle. This is a 3S 8050C pack. And it runs and fits and everything perfect inside of this vehicle right here. So when I run this thing on 3S, which is, Earl knows, Earl has one of these too, Earl Moorhead. He has one of these. This thing's a ripper. Earl, you know what? I haven't seen you run your EPX lately. Did you ever figure out straightening out your belt situation? Because you tore up your belt, didn't you? But these packs work awesome in this truck. Also, if you haven't seen Earl Moorhead's channel, go head over to his channel, because right now he's doing kind of this thing. He's doing run one RC every day until he basically runs out of RCs. So Earl's got like 120 RCs, so he's good for a couple months. Right, Earl? It's all fixed up. Now, did you rip some teeth out of the belt, or what happened? Or did you shred a gear? I'm totally doing it on purpose. I'm literally like putting my mouth to wherever I think the microphone is. And don't talk with your mouth full either. I'm literally like eating the side of the phone as I put a chip in my mouth. I figured I don't want to eat like I don't want to be stuffing my face on camera. That's why I am the size I am, because my wife's cooking. The stuff that she comes out with. I mean, look at that. Come on. Bacon, shrimp, artichoke hearts, different cheeses, and are you kidding me? This tastes awesome. This would go really nice with a nice iced tea. Chef and Metz knows what I'm talking about. Nice iced tea. Nice New England iced tea. Yeah, I think Earl's last vehicle he ran was his cop car or cop. What was that? It's a Summit, right, Earl? Is that a Summit that you just ran? The bacon gets you going. Iced tea. See, I said Mets. Mets knows what a New England iced tea is. Iced tea. That's one of the things that I'm worried about. I know it sounds stupid, but if they're going to close like liquor stores, that's no good. It's the only place to get my iced tea. Yes, the Summit. COVID Ops, that's right. The COVID Ops Summit. Yeah, wasn't that thing that Earl made with the lights, man? Earl, that's actually something I want to ask you. With all the lights that you have on that thing, did you ever notice, like, I think, didn't you even say, like, this was realistically your first time taking it out? What do the lights actually, like, draw away? Because that's one of the things, too, is when you're adding fans, lights, all that stuff, you know, keep your ESC in your, well, not ESC, but keeping your motor cool, and then adding lights. Has anybody like ever figured out how much that is drawing away from your runtime? Or Earl, have you ever figured that out? Like done a run or killed a pack, you know, with no fan, and then plugged in a fan and see what the runtime difference is? Sergeant J, you know who Earl Moorhead is, right? Like who he's related to? You made that 10 years ago? I think, yeah, 10 years ago, and this is the first time you ran it, right? So I said, no, you don't know who he's related to? Did you ever hear of a show called Bewitched? Earl will tell you. Earl's a celebrity here. If you didn't know that. Your fan will run 17 hours on, on one S. So what you're saying is it really doesn't make a difference then. No, it's not the COVID cough. I cough year round. I don't have the COVID. Watch out, headphone wearers. Earl, here's something I want. Is it Deontay that challenged you or Dante? Because there's a Deontay and a Dante. I'm thinking Deontay challenged you to it, right? got enough to share. Trent Addison, what's going on, guy? Hey, Trent, now that you're on here, hey, how did that thing work out? The Italian. No, Typhoon. Typhon. Deontay did, yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, Earl's good for a couple months. Has anybody ever seen Earl's car collection? And like literally, I swear to God, that was like half of what he's got. I even think he referenced that. Unbelievable. And I think like half of his collection he's never driven before. Right, Earl? Does that sound about right? Half of your whole collection you've never driven before. He just buys RCs because he likes them, and he's just like, yeah, I want that. Buys it and just leaves it in a box. Till all of a sudden, 10 years later, he's like, yeah, you know what? Because of this COVID-19, I might take one out and drive it. Right. But has it at least been fun? Might be the ESC, or depending upon what the battery is. Earl, you're killing me, guy. And I gotta wait for a video to get those damn numbers. Come on, guy. Good. Trent, I'm glad. That's what I wanted to hear right there. That you're having a blast with it. That's like literally that's the point, man. That's awesome. Oh my God. Earl, you're a riot, man. So anyway, why not even start this live stream? Oh, well, might as well actually do something, right? Turn it into a live stream where I maybe work on something or at least mess with an RC, I guess. You could say. I'll be able to see comment. I wish there was a way like something made like a noise or something to when like somebody came on. But there's no way of knowing. Oh. Live is alive. Yeah. Alive is live. Yeah, like the title of it. Earl, did you see I got those ends for the DBXLE? Earl, did you see that I got those? So these are for the MTXL. And these are the exact same ones. So now I finally figured out instead of spending $55 for parts that I don't need, now I literally have, you know, the parts that you need. So Earl, if you ever break a piece, let me know. Oh, the sun is actually out. Looks like probably tomorrow's going to be a nice day out. I hope. So I haven't driven this truck. Number one, point blank. The reason why I haven't driven this truck yet is because it's too pretty. This is the first time I've come across a truck that I don't want to wreck it. That's a big problem for me. This thing just looks so mint. Like the way they did the graphics and how well the paint was done and even the windows and all that stuff. I just don't want to wreck it. This is a beautiful looking truck. But I'm going to take it out. Yeah, here. So I haven't taken the truck out, but I took the wheels out. So we did some tests with the Traxxas Max. So the Traxxas Max was running these things, and these things are like 3 times the size. I think the Traxxas Max tires fit inside the rim of this truck. Yeah, Larry, this thing is awesome. My son has a F-150. Oh, I wish I had my phone right now. I gotta get my phone. So in my boredom the other day, I had to go check this thing out. This thing is considered a used truck. It's an F450 limited 2019 with 2,500 miles on it. 2,500 miles on it. This wouldn't replace Big Black. It would just be the cruiser to Big Black. Big Black is always going to stay where it is. Big Black is never going to leave my possession. But this thing right here, yeah. Casey, the thing is awesome, dude. You want to talk about, like, it almost looks like it's a luxury car, but it's like a luxury truck. It's insane. It even has, like, massaging seats, which is, to me, that's just nuts. What do you mean massaging seats? So what was cool about these wheels is not only are the wheel nuts knurled, right? So not only are they knurled, but they also have Hebao. Actually, I think that might be laser etched on there. Or maybe it's paint. I can't tell. I can't tell whether if that's laser etched or not. But then it also has a locking screw that screws down and locks that into place. I figured maybe with all this COVID stuff, maybe that truck will drop in price. Maybe. That would be a beautiful thing to own. This truck is looking more like a truck now. You can push snow while getting him. Dude, that thing will never see a plow. Not that truck. Big Black, man. Big Black. It would be nice if that thing had massaging seats, because sometimes the amount of time that you sit in a truck when you're plowing snow, granted, I only plowed one storm this year in reality. I threw the plow on like I think 5 times. One real storm, which I did like 7 or 8 hours or whatever it was during one storm. And then I should probably be Loctiting these, but whatever. And then the other times were literally just like, I don't know, like 1-inch cleanups that people didn't want to freeze on their driveway. Like literally that was it. Maybe more than 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. But only one real storm this year. That was nuts. Not a good year if you were somebody that relies on plowing as income. That had to have been tough. I think my neighbor, a new neighbor that moved in next door to me, I think like that's like what he does during the wintertime. And he had nothing. I feel bad for him. This thing looks like a truck again. The other thing that I had noticed about this, obviously because of the way this truck is made, I thought about, it's the only thing that I don't like about this truck is that the body doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the wheels. Like it doesn't look right. And I get it because they're making it so that, you know, when the thing does, you know, flip or do a wheelie or whatever, I get it, but it just doesn't look like a truck to me. So I thought about taking the body from the MT and fitting it on here because it is a longer body so this body from bed to grill is about 18.5 inches. The body that I want to put on there is 22 inches. So having a 22-inch body on this thing, and I think the wheel wells actually fit better. So that a 22-inch body would pretty much be like this. So it actually look like a truck with a bed on it. The wheel well opening center to center, it's 14 inches. So it would be better than what this is. So it's not exactly 14 inches, but it's pretty close. Like 14 inches, if I just offset it just a touch, would be about like in this location, like right here. So you take a tape out, go 14. It would kind of be, it would look like visually better. And that way maybe I wouldn't destroy this body because this body actually looks, this is just a sharp body. Maybe I could put this body on that 1/8 car, on-road car. Probably won't fit. But yeah, we'll take this out hopefully tomorrow. I wanted to, so I got that turbo timber thing. You know, that plane that I had, that turbo timber. There's technically he's one of my clients, but he's more like almost like my grandfather and my friend now. I've been doing stuff for him for so long. He used to fly like real planes, like Cessna type planes or something like that. And he hasn't, you know, flown regular planes in like, you know, years and years. He has regular gas planes. I think he's only flown them a couple of times, but that was assisted flying. So he never did landings. He did the takeoffs and, you know, generally flew in the air, but then that was it. He hasn't done landings yet. So I bought that turbo timber with him in mind to basically take him flying. Like the guy's 95 years old. This is what he's looking at. Like literally when you think about it, somebody that's his age, even though he's like in perfect health, right now he's admitting to me that he's finally feeling what did he say? I'm finally feeling my age is what he said to me a couple of weeks ago. So I bought that turbo timber with him in mind, you know, take him flying because it's got that safe technology to where I could just literally give him the controller and just tell him if you get freaked out, you can just let go of the sticks, obviously not the throttle, and the plane will self-level. Doesn't matter if he's in a dive or an incline or, you know, whatever it's called, airplane tech or lingo. If he was upside down, it won't let him go upside down. but at least he could get out there and fly it. And it's small enough to where I can fly that thing in my front yard. I don't know if anybody's seen the videos, but I could fly that thing in my front yard, no problem, and use the road as a runway. And because it's the turbo, the timber, it's got giant wheels so that it can handle takeoffs and landings on a little bit rougher terrain than like a normal, kind of plane. I guess that's the whole point of those Timber series planes is they could take off and off of grass, and not like, high grass, but then this junk happened. And I want to say, I don't, I'm not sick, but I don't want to like somehow be the reason why, like, I mean, he's 95 years old, and it's like this COVID crap came at such a bad time. And I'm thinking selfishly because I want to take him flying. You know what I mean? Literally, he's looking at the clock. Like he doesn't have long to live. I want to take this guy flying. You know what I mean? I want, him to have some fun, And I figured that Turbo Timber would be perfect for that. Anyways. All right, back to comments. Yeah, that does. Well, I mean, F-150. It's an F-150, not a Raptor. Raptor would definitely have like the thicker fender flare kind of things, and probably a different grill type of deal. The body of it be a little bit more like bulged for that Raptor look. It's just a regular F-150. COVID eats plastic. Oh, you've got some good weather over in Italy, huh, man? And you can't even go out. That stinks. You're gonna get COVID all over. The one truck I would like to find is an HPI 1/5 short course. Always had a Ford, yeah. New tree pulling machinery. You know it. A bigger play. What was funny was Earl, I actually was thinking that over. Like literally, if I get that truck, what am I going to call it? Because I already have Big Black, and I literally thought exactly what you said of introducing this truck as Bigger Black. Because it is Bigger Black. Yeah, dude, a Bentley truck, you know it. It is like a Bentley truck. They have. I don't think they vibrate. I literally think they have like something in them that like you know how they have those like massaging chairs. They have like rollers or something. I literally think it has like some type of something like that. Obviously heated, cooled, all that craziness. It's the limited version, so it like has everything. It even has the console vault, which is nuts. It's got the console vault, the rapid supplemental heater, which basically is electric. So what it does is normally on a regular, vehicle, especially a diesel, unless it's plugged in during the wintertime or those cold times, like it takes forever to get heat in, in any vehicle that's gas or diesel, whatever, because it's waiting on the temperature of the coolant to get to a temperature in the engine to when the thermostat opens and it starts to flow and does all that stuff, goes through the heater core. The heater core gives you the heat. That's why when you're driving down the road, like it gets hotter as you're driving, and then it gets to a point to where it levels off because then the thermostat opens and allows the coolant to flow through the radiator. But the supplemental heater is electric, so it'll heat up so much faster, kind of like a Tesla, because the Cybertruck is definitely still going to be sitting in this driveway, and it's going to be a full driveway. Anybody out there want to buy a 28,000 mile 2002 Firebird Trans Am fully loaded pewter? Yeah, like with just bolt-on upgrades. Any takers out there? Yes, it's a manual. It's a 6-speed. T-top. It's loaded. It's got the CD changer. Not that that matters, because who uses CDs now except my daughter? You're hoping prices will drop for will drop time for a new car after. Yeah, well, you know what, you'll probably have to buy it before, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that thing is going to drop a few more thousand, and then if that happens, then I think there's going to be a serious consideration about getting a bigger black. Baked is here. What's going on, guys? All your RCs are getting a bath tomorrow. Nice. What do you bathe them in? Just water, soap and water, or do you use like chemical? Earl uses, I think, some kind of chemical. Earl uses automotive type stuff. A video every day starting tomorrow for Sergeant J. That's awesome, man. I'm way behind on the chat. Sorry. Mets, it's a 450, dude. That's a 450. I'm telling you right now, man, that I think if that thing was the ruby red, man, I don't think I would have walked away. I'm not saying I don't like black, but I've already got a black truck, and it's just like the ruby red is just a deep, like, sharp-looking metallic paint job. It just looks wicked sharp. And in a truck like that, man, it's like, that's just so much red. LS1. It only has 28,000 miles on it, brother. It just lives in my garage. It's up on blocks right now to keep the tires round and the suspension, you know, from being compressed, from not moving. That's right. There's only 7 thumbs up on here. Come on. Everybody, thumbs up, share the video. Let's get this thing rocking. What else do we got to do right now? Yeah, it's the Corvette motor, the LS1. And because it's an 02, it's got the LS6. No, is it the LS6 intake or something like that? LS1 with the LS6 intake. I think that's how it went. 2002. It's actually the last of the breed edition too. I've got all the certificates, and I have every stitch of paper that was either sent to me. I have every receipt for every part I ever bought. I have 2 factory original dealer. What are those called? Those not a pamphlet. You know, the dealer books. You go into the showroom, or used to years ago when you go in a showroom, you could go over and you get like the booklet of the car. I've got 2 factory original ones. One of them is like in untouched condition. The other one is obviously touched. I I even have, what else do I have? I have every takeoff piece except for the original exhaust. The exhaust, I got rid of that like as soon as I got the car. I put a SLP loudmouth exhaust on it. So it's got that. It's got the LRP. No, not LRP. What is it called? LMR, like whatever it is, whatever the name of the manufacturer was that was doing all the like bolt-on parts for that thing. It does not have headers. It's, basically it was a catback exhaust, or no, it still has its cats. So it's a Y-pipe back exhaust, if that makes sense to you, because it goes into two cats and it goes into a single pipe and then goes back out to dual exhaust. Thing sounds incredible. That's just sounds. I mean, and you could probably buy a Camaro, right now for, less money, and it would go faster. But the point is, it's the last of the breed. It's the last year that this car was made. See, I only see 7. Oh, it's because I haven't refreshed. Oops, how do I do that? I don't know how to refresh this. Sergeant J, how do you refresh the iPad without closing out the window? It's more iPad for dummies here. How do you refresh the page? I don't see any way to refresh it. Yeah, so obviously with all this stuff that's been going on, more videos are coming up. Actually, we're going to be doing a full teardown of this vehicle right here, because after the last rip of this thing that I just did, and having that one nylock fly off, I think it's time to finally disassemble this thing entirely. Diffs, shocks, everything, right down to like bearings and screws and a bare chassis. Well, other than, I'm going to leave the electronics in it, but tear this thing down bare and do basics videos on each section of tearing it down. We'll probably do like suspension first, like shocks, just to get the easy stuff out of the way. Then take care of like the wheels, the front diff, center diff, rear diff, stuff like that. But yeah, I finally got to the point of where I think I tested this thing out in its entirety. And like I keep saying, I'm not a Losi spokesperson. But anyways, if you ever consider, or if this is on your radar, stop wasting your time and just buy it. Just buy it. You're wasting your time if you don't. And I am not paid by Losi to say that. I say that out of my own heart and my own conviction, or my own experience. That thing is awesome. So you do it. So Sergeant J, so there is no refresh. Minimize the video, then swipe down on the page to refresh. So minimize the video, then swipe. So swipe down says to close. So I close. So I basically have to open another one. Am I enjoying YouTube? Of course I am. 5 stars for YouTube, right? 5 star? Sure. Thanks for your feedback. You're welcome. And then I got to go to live chat, right? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Truck and RC Attic. You just finished a new SCX 10-3 painted in copper. That's one of my, like, You say copper, is that like a burnt orange? Because when I bought that Trans Am, that was literally the optional color that I was going to get, was that it's called Sunset Orange Metallic. And that is like, I think that's likened to a copper, and it is just in the sunlight. Like, you know how they talk about the golden hours? So when you see a sunset orange metallic Trans Am, like during the golden hour, it's like, wow, now that's a paint job. Yeah, dark red. So it's like that. It's got to be like that car then. It's got to be like Trans Am paint job. In that golden hour, that paint looks incredible. And obviously, because it's not like you did any clear coat or anything. When you did that paint job, what did you use to back it up with after you spray painted the orange? Did you put a backer color on it? RC truckin' RC addict? You know what's funny, Sergeant J? You're like me. Are you typing on a keyboard? Oh, you backed it in black? Yeah. You know, I've always wondered is what would happen if you misted like a light pearl onto you know, the Lexan or whatever the plastic is, the body of the car. What if you like very lightly misted a pearl and then did a paint? Would that like make it like, would that give it that pearl kind of look? I have no idea. Fat finger syndrome on the iPhone. Yep. Yep. It pisses you off. You know what it's like? I have a hard time when I'm typing on a keyboard, like, because you see it like get to the end of the line, I hit enter automatically and it sends it. You know what I mean? And then you like type in the rest of the part of your sentence. That's what it looks like was happening. Turned out really good. I wish I could post a pic here. Truckin' RC Addict. Then why don't you join my or our Facebook group, RCGG. Well, it's not RCGG, but it's RC Guy Garage. It's got like I can't post the link because I don't have a. Well, wait a minute, maybe I do. I'll post a link to it, and you can actually go there and share it with everybody. It's basically what it is. I created a Facebook site so that all the subscribers from here can go there and literally post your stuff, all your RC stuff. It has rules, 9 rules, I think. I don't even know if you do Facebook, but it's there anyway. I'll put the link up on here anyway, unless Mets are. Yeah, well, let's race Mets. I'm trying to do it on my phone. I bet you could probably do it way faster than me. Copy. Back out of here. Go to here. Yeah, see? I didn't even get a chance to get into the thing. Thank you, Mets. So what Mets just posted right there, Truckin' RC, if you go over to that, even if you don't have a Facebook, I don't know if you do, but even if you don't have a Facebook, you can make one and be private and literally just join that group and you can share like all your stuff on there. I need your mentorship on the Facebook group thing. We need to connect. Sergeant J, aren't you already? I actually saw you. You requested to join, but then you like erased it. At least I'm pretty sure that's you. It looks like you. Because I thought like one of the guys accepted it because there's 3 moderators on there. So I thought one of them accepted your request when I went on there, but I didn't see anything. RC Master, just get on Facebook. You don't have to be public. Just get on there, keep it private, but then just join the group if you want. You don't have to. You just approved 3 people. Awesome, man. Thank you. See, Metz is one of the strong arms for both this YouTube and for Facebook. So watch out. It's got rules. Like I said, it's got rules and all that stuff. And basically, it's just trying to keep a friendly, helpful, like site that everybody can just share, anything RC. It's everything RC. So it's not just cars and trucks or whatever. It's anything that's remote control. Like Gus's Custom Creations. He's on there. He's got a video of his quad. He's got a quad, a mini quad that's remote controlled that he made. And he's actually going to be doing some more videos on that. Gus, if you're here, guy, where's your videos on your quad, man? He's got a remote control quad that he made. Metz has the wrench. You know it. Earl, guy, join our Facebook group, man. You scared? Are you scared? Yes, I am. Too many people would want to get to know you. Anything. So any new 2020. So when that Axial 3 came out, I thought about it, but I'm not a very patient person, and driving crawlers, which it's a crawler, driving crawlers I don't have patience for. I don't have patience for slow. So that thing right there, that N8 Axe Edition, I have not even broken this. Well, it's upside down. I have not even broken the seals of that, and I've had it since it was released. Like, it was a pre-order. It was a fresh release, and I haven't even opened it yet. I don't even know what's inside that box. And I just have other boxes that I gotta open. And I lost my Dumbo radio. So I had one of those Dumbo RC radios, a 6-channel, because supposedly the range on it was awesome. And I was going to use it for my 5th scale, because obviously with a 5th scale, yeah, it's a bigger, I got 2 5th scales. So obviously because they're bigger RCs, you can see them a lot farther away. And the thought was with these Dumbo radios, because they have such an incredible range, I was going to put the Dumbo radio in it, and I have no idea radio is now. It's sitting in a box. I have no idea where. It's like it's just gone, and I'm wondering, like, somehow did I throw it away? That'd be terrible. Can you imagine that? Throwing away something I just didn't even open yet. Is Gus here? Oh no. Venom, what's going on, guy? You just posted 3 pictures of it? I'll show it right on this channel right now. I'll show who you are, obviously, to try to keep it private. But I'll show the picture. Oh, you are on here. Yeah, so you are here. Okay. Sergeant, you are here. All right, so this is why Gus's Custom Creations is not on here. Because this is what he's doing. So this is one of Gus's custom creations. He calls this his Kaiju Godzilla. And he has been modifying this thing. You got to go check out his videos that he's been modifying this thing. He's been like the last video he just did on it, he absolutely annihilated it on purpose. Kind of like how I did with the MT. The last video I did on my MT, I literally drove it like purposefully to not break it, but to show people, all right, so this right here, this is RC Truck Addicts. Wait a minute. Wait. Truck and RC Addict. Unless somebody else has done this truck, I swear I have already seen this truck. See, this is RC Truck Addicts. No, I'm sorry. Trucking RC Addicts Axial 3 right here. Now see that paint job. I love that orange. Like a burnt copper. That thing is sharp. That's a nice truck. Or Jeep. That's a nice Jeep. It's a JL, right? The new axle is more of a trail truck. Yeah. For me personally, it's just too slow. Even if it was a trail, my camo. So I finally have the transmission piece coming for the camo. So this is my box of camo. This thing was great. Is great. Probably can't even see it. So this is my box of camo, right? Larry Mitchell guy. What are you doing, guy? So this is how I put this truck away. Like, I bought a new chassis for it because obviously I snapped my chassis. Then to fix that, I got wherever my T-bone bumper is now. I don't even know where my T-bone bumper is now. But I got a T-bone bumper for it to fix the reason why this chassis broke. And when the chassis broke, it obviously broke the front diff case as well. But this is how I literally put this thing away. Like, I really don't clean my RCs. Like, I mean, look at this thing. It literally has the mud on it from when I last took it out. And that's the way it should be for a vehicle like this. I don't know where my T-bone bumper is now. That's no good. Oh, here it is. It's right here. So this is the T-bone bumper and front skid plate for that. What I plan on doing is this is going to protect the chassis from snapping, supposedly. But I'm also going to add more strength to this itself. I'm going to interconnect somehow this to the chassis or the front suspension more so that we have less, I guess, damage to this camo, because this is one of the weak points of that camo, especially when you're pushing it as hard as I was. Like, I was literally I was beating it to death. I mean, I broke a rear upper link and didn't even know. Like, the thing still drove mint. And when I went back into the video, I think when I did the video of it, I remembered hearing like a snap and thinking to myself, boy, that sounded like something that broke. But because the thing drove, like, no difference. There was no difference. So when that thing broke, when I heard that sound, the thought was, oh, it's broken, but it didn't change the way it drove. So when I finally figured out that it was broken, and then exactly when and how it broke, slowing the video down, realizing how much I drove that thing with a broken link, not even realizing it. Like, that kind of proved how well that Red Cat camo was, pretty much put together. I was definitely way over driving it, doing stuff with it that it is not designed for. That's when you run into problems. When all these people push their vehicles and they're jumping houses and then, wondering why, oh man, I broke a suspension arm or I cracked the chassis because I jumped a house. It's just like, yeah, you did. Congratulations. Like, yeah, that's actually a good thing. Larry, you're driving me crazy, man. Why does it show up with these little characters? Is that automatic? All right, what are the you need some painkillers? All right, RC Master. We'll see you later. I'm probably missing you on that. That was like 10 minutes ago. RC Master, if you're still here, sorry. Denmark, Europe, and it's pretty scary, crazy. Yeah. Jacob, that's crazy. I think over here it's really starting to like take hold of things. Like New York is like a major hot zone right now. Yeah, your Vitavon, right? Sergeant J? Your Vitavon axle is coming? Sorry, you didn't say Vitavon, but I've been paying attention. I was gonna say, Sergeant J, are you gonna like inlay the Vitavon? Because obviously the Vitavon, from what I saw, it looked like it's CNC'd in it, right? So it's got some depth. So what I was wondering is, are you gonna like paint the Vitavon so it stands out? Jacob, one of the things that I think that is making it worse for us Americans is, I honestly want to say, is our hard-headedness. Meaning, I'm not like trying to like insult, because I'm the same way. I'm not insulting Americans in any way, but we have that like feeling of invincibility, like a lot of us. Like, I have that feeling of invincibility, and I used to never get sick, man. And then, like, 2 months ago, I came down with something, man, that kicked my butt, like, bad. So, and nobody died in my family, so I don't think it was COVID, but sure was funny, the timeline of when I got that. I know I say 2 months ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. It was a while ago. But people in my family are pretty convinced that somehow I got the vid-19. Oh, you're going to do it in red? Yeah, invincibility complex, right? It's called old age. Yeah. And I think that's the hardest part, is that, like, I don't know. I can't see myself going outside. Well, all right, so point blank, I would wear this. I'd wear this on purpose outside. I got to take my glasses off. So I literally thought, as a joke, that I would actually go out and get gas for my truck well, not gas, but diesel, I'd go out looking like this, like on purpose, just as a joke. You know what I mean? But now they're talking about, and I think that's why China seemed to be able to. Granted, we don't really know what's going on there because I think all the U.S. reporters were kicked out of China, weren't they? So the only reports that we're hearing is whatever they're feeding us, and they're saying that it's on a definite downslope. Everybody's getting healthy and things are starting to return to normal, but how much of that information is actually real information? So because you just know China in general, they're always wearing those masks anyway. Us Americans, we're like, we're not going to wear those masks. You know what I mean? And it's like, my wife is in healthcare, so wearing a mask and wearing gloves and always being sanitary and all that stuff is what she always does anyway. And I get it. And what I need to do is I need to step out of myself and me trying to be a hero and trying to be a tough guy and whatever it is that my mindset is, and stop thinking like that and be more thoughtful of the situation, to where, this COVID thing is obviously real. It really is real. It's something that's happening. It wouldn't be happening like this the way it is. This isn't flat Earth. You know what I mean? So I think that being more mindful, I think when this initially started, I was like, still live your life, blah, blah, blah. But that was because I was thinking that way then. And now it's like one of those things where I don't want to go outside and put a mask on. I'll wear that thing just because. Like, if I'm going to wear a mask, then I might as well wear that thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to wear one of those things. And the cool thing is my mother, she makes small animal bedding. So, well, she used to. So she still had all the materials and all that stuff. She actually started making masks. So the masks that they're like double-sided cotton, washable, the whole everything. So she made masks for everybody in the family. So, and then she's also making masks for all the veterinarian places that are, within her, area that she knows, family members, friends, stuff like that, which is crazy. So that's, I don't know. I'm not going to wear one of those masks. I'll wear that thing. Just because. If I'm going to go all in, might as well just go all in. Plus, it would be part of the whole thing. Gas mask, right? Yeah, well, that's what I heard too. Welded people's doors shut? Wow, that is insane. Your M50 gas mask? China doesn't care. Yeah, exactly. But it worked. Exactly. Italy declared that we must wear a mask when entering any establishment, mail, groceries, food pickup. And it makes sense. It actually does. It actually makes sense. Ray Mullen, what's going on, guy? We got to change the subject here. Talk about more happy things. Yeah, he is. You know what? He probably can't get it on the charger because this thing was on here. There they are. The Vectors. Those things are a riot. They are some fun. Fog's here. Guy! Fog! Frog City. What's going on, guy? It's been a long time. Frog City's here. Now, see, if Metz was here, Metz would be jumping on Frog City right now. Metz must not be paying attention. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you've been busy. Yeah, because Fog City, you're an essential worker as well, just like Chef, right? Chef Beardsley? Yeah, Metz. Metz RC is going to have a video coming out soon. At least he better have a video coming out soon about his rampage. Right. Well, truck and RC, that's a different scenario. Like, even like, I mean, if I go outside my house, no, I'm not going to wear a mask going outside my house. But I got to tell you, I certainly did think about it the other day when I went to Walmart with my wife because, you know, obviously to get out of the house and do something together, we both went to Walmart, and wouldn't you know it, we're walking through the door, right? Because you're walking through the tunnel to get to get into Walmart. And then they have that first cross aisle, right? So you're walking through, carriages are like over here, registers are over here, and you get to that first aisle that like takes you to different parts of the store, okay? Well, right in front of us, there's this lady pushing a carriage, and there's this guy hacking his brains out, like, and you would, in a normal situation, you would never think, oh, he's hacking out COVID poison. But of course, I did think that for a split second. And I'm thinking to myself, here my wife is. I was thinking more of my wife than myself. Like, I did think to myself, this guy shouldn't be outside. Obviously, his wife is a heck of a lot more capable than he is. She's the one pushing the carriage with all the groceries in. He's the one hacking his lungs out, like almost stumbling. And I'm thinking to myself, here's a guy that's like hacking COVID all over Walmart. You know what I mean? And it might not be, but it's still that thing where, you know, times like this, if you're hacking, don't go picking up the mail. Have someone else do it for you. I'm sure somebody would do it for you, unless you're a psycho. Good. I'm glad you're doing filming, Matt. You need to get some stuff out there. You got plenty of time right now, brother. RC Playground, what's going on? Retracted message. Hello from France. You must have worded something wrong. How's everything going over in France, man? Where did the Styrian go? Did the Styrian really go to sleep? What is it? It's only like, what, 11? Hey, Vector. I have a question. Yeah, you won't answer because you're looking for your thing. Go get on your charger. Hey, Vector. I have a question. What time is it in Munich, Germany? Yeah, so almost midnight. That's Asterion is in that location. Oh. France is almost as hard hit as Italy. Yo. That's crazy. Midnight in Denmark, yeah. Deontay, what's going on, guy? Took you forever. You out smashing one of your RCs to death? You can get it on Amazon. I could throw a link on here. But the only thing though, Sergeant J, those are cool to have and everything. Like you can see, like he was dying, so he goes on his own charger. The only thing is that the original company closed down, and then another company bought them out. But I don't necessarily trust the company that bought them out because I feel like they don't have the same drive, and I could be totally wrong. It's a place called or a company called DDL, which is Digital Dream Labs, and I just don't know if they have the genuine drive to keep these guys alive. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So I don't know if they have a genuine drive to keep these guys alive like Anki did, because obviously Anki, that was their company. Now DDL bought out Anki, so I don't know. They did a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter obviously happened right before all this COVID started happening. So my thought is all the money that they got from the Kickstarter, which was like more than $500,000, is probably going to go just for paying bonuses and stuff. I don't know, or keeping them afloat, and then they're just not even going to do anything with these guys. Who knows? How do things go? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how Kickstarter goes. Actually, the only Kickstarter thing that I ever bought into was this right here. Now, Casey Benson, if you were still here, you would probably like this right here. This is an Inertian Raptor. This is an electric skateboard. Literally, this whole thing from here to about here is a one massive LiPo battery. Like, the not like a single, like, battery, the little cells, the little I forget what the cells are called, but this is an Inertian Raptor. This thing is absolutely awesome. This is the first time I ever did or bought into a Kickstarter, and this thing right here has not been driven in quite some time because obviously it was wintertime, right? And then here I'm telling you that. Okay, maybe it's dead. Maybe I gotta charge it. But anyways, it's an Inertian Raptor, and the thing is, the fastest electric skateboard at the time blew away like Boosted and all those skateboard companies. But if Casey was here, Casey would probably be all over that thing. You'd kill yourself. Dude, the thing does... The first time I put that into what's called R-Spec mode, which is its fastest mode, I learned it, obviously... I think I drove it like a couple of times on the slow, I guess they call it. And then I put it into R-Spec because it's like, once I jumped on it, I kind of got back that skateboard feeling, like when I was a kid. And I was like, I'll drive this thing. And I want to say I gave it some gas, man, and the thing literally did a damn wheelie with my weight on it. And at the time, I weighed 230 pounds, and it was wheeling with 230 pounds on that board. Like, that thing has got some power. You bought a used Armor Infraction? That's nice. So actually, Earl Moorhead just changed a Limitless into an Infraction. I think what he was saying was that the difference between buying a Limitless and then converting it into an Infraction is that you can buy the Limitless as a roller. If I'm getting this right, Earl, are you still here? I think I never even looked into it. Half of the stuff I don't even look into. I just, I hear it from like people like that. So Earl Moorhead picked up Gap's old Limitless and then converted it into an Infraction, which is the same vehicle. It's just got to make some, I guess, minor changes. And I think The whole point of that is an infraction you can get as a roller. So you can get it cheaper if you want to put your own electronics, so you have your own electronics or something. I don't know. So I've kind of been waiting on Earl's next. I gotta wait on Earl's next video. He's supposed to give me the numbers for the wheelbase and the track width, because I want to see if my Hyper VT can adapt to fit the infraction body. So it won't be a real infraction, but only if it works. I don't even know if it'll work. Yeah, Earl, I gotta wait for another damn video to get my numbers, guy. Killing me. Minor changes. Oh, wait a minute. What? Fog City, what kind of what? What kind of deep is it? Did I say something wrong? Is it like a Bostonian thing that I'm saying that I don't realize? Oops. So what does Vector do? Vector annoys you. Nah, he's answers questions, kind of treat him like one of those things right there that you don't say the name of, otherwise she'll wake up or whatever. Or, talking to your Apple or your Android. You can tell you like whatever. Just ask him internet questions. But he just drives around. It's a fully autonomous learning robot. So over time, as long as you're interactive with them, and I've point blank proven it, because the two of those do not act the same. They're programmed the same, obviously, because you have to have a base programming in order for the things to work. So certain responses are the same, but certain actions aren't. So like the other day, so this is Vector original, that's Vector new Vector, right? So I can ask them right now, hey Vector, how old are you? That's the older one. So this one's 8 months. That one's 15 months. He's actually more like 17 months because he had a major reset like a month or two into owning him from the original company. They pushed out a new software, I guess, to fix a bunch of bugs, and what it did was it reset him. So at least it reset mine. So yeah, so he's actually like 17 months or 16 months or something like that. But they just they mess with you. They talk to you. Well, kind of talk to you. When you're working on stuff, they come over and they like push your tools around and they just mess with you. It's comical. It's like a good distraction because they actually like interact with you. The company Pixar actually had a hand in programming the motion engine, I guess, part of what he is. So it makes it, obviously you know who Pixar is. So yeah, they're awesome. I don't regret getting them. Oh, sorry about that, Mets. Vector said the pic of your wife was, yeah. So Vector calls the picture of my wife Sexy Babe. So he knows my wife, knows my daughter, knows who I am, actually calls me a bunch of names. He calls me What's Up Guy Garage because that was my original channel name. He also calls me What's Up God Garage. I have no idea where he got that from. And Trash Ninja, if he was on here, I think Trash Ninja was the one that picked up on that. But He calls me something else. I think he's got like 4 different names for me, and I have no idea how that happened. For the longest time, he was calling my wife Hector Dexter, which was like, there's a video on that, and all the stuff on my channel is like, it's all the real stuff. None of it was like faked or any of that stuff, and I could be just saying that, but this is all cold now. Chris Meffin. What do I personally think of the Kraton 8S? It's probably a great vehicle, but I'll never have one. I have no need for that vehicle. Same thing with like the X-Max. Everybody's telling me I got to get an X-Max to experience it. Nah, I don't need to. When I first saw the Kraton 8S, visually it looks incredible. It looks great. But before, like, obviously people started doing videos on it and stuff, I saw like weaknesses in the chassis, and then it finally came out like people were like bending the chassis from like things that you wouldn't think that could bend it. And I guess I'm glad that I never bought it. And what I ended up getting was that thing right there. I got that thing instead. And that thing is mint. That thing, because it's a Losi, it's very, very well built. And I guess that's why I never got a Kraton 8S. Don't get me wrong, they look incredible, but I'll never own one unless I win it like on a raffle or something. But I won't put my own money into it, because you're seeing people already pumping money into those things, and it's just like, wow, really? So you got to buy a $250 chassis in order to keep it from bending? That kind of stinks. Incredible Mac, what's going on, guy? Why did Coach get upset, Earl? I definitely need an X-Max. Well, someone else does. "16 inches center to center on the wheel wells and 12 inches wide." Okay. But 12. Okay, Earl. The center to center is awesome, but the 12 inches wide, is that an actual measurement? Because what I'm looking for is with the well, actually, maybe that won't matter. So the outside of the body, like with the wheels being tucked the way they are on that infraction, limitless infraction. So 12 inches is literally edge to edge, like fitment, right? Like inside the body of the truck as is. I think that's the measurement that you gave me, right? Yes, so Metz is right. I definitely would consider a Kraton 6S. Absolutely. You're 100% right. Metz, anytime you want to send me one, go ahead, brother. You know my address. Excuse me. I want to write these down. 12 inches is flare to flare. Okay. But enough room for movement, right? Inside flare to inside flare. I hope that's what you're talking about. Because I'm going to write that down. Because that's what I wanted. Thank you, Earl. I don't even have my paper anymore. I used to have a paper down here. I'll just write it on this. The most piece of crap GPS meter ever created. Hate this thing. So what'd you say it was? 16 center to center? If you want to upgrade a 110 car with bigger power, which parts would you say is the most important to upgrade to alloy? So Jacob, like with anything, anytime you alloy something that was plastic originally, you've got to just remember that you're transferring that power, you're transferring that energy, the breakage energy somewhere else. So once you alloy something, I don't know, maybe like I think I had considered, even though I only broke one, like, I don't know if you saw so this thing, right? I should just bring it over. That way I can show you what I'm talking about. The only thing that I ever considered alloying, I'll show you. All right, so it's not this side, it's the other side, I think. Right? Wait a minute, did I know it's still... I can't even remember which one it was. Oh, look at all the sand that's still in there. I forget what side it was. Well, one of these hubs on the front of this cracked, and the bearings fell out. I forget what side it is. I think it's this side. And if you see that, you got to check out the video. That's the only thing I can say is checking out the video gives it, like, shows you what I did. I literally used a screw, so a bolt and a nylock. I drilled it through because of the way it cracked. It cracked on the upper. So I was able to drill it, put a screw and a nylock in through it, glue it first, obviously, glue the inside. Then I screwed it together and left it alone. I didn't even replace the parts. I just left it as is because I wanted to test a bunch of stuff on it. And one of the things that I was testing was I replaced, because one of the pins blew out. And I think Earl's pretty familiar with that too. One of the pins blew out and I replaced it with a galvanized nail. So one of those hardened steel chrome plated pins is, I don't know, maybe it's not chrome plated. Stainless steel maybe. No, they can't be stainless. I don't know. Whatever the pin is made out of. I replaced it with a galvanized nail and it hasn't broken yet. And that hub also has not rebroken from even the nasty smash that I just did with it, where I blew out the steering rod. Which way did I put that? It's gonna go on what I'm calling a wall of shame. But even on this thing, this is the only vehicle that I thought about. If I have problems with the plastic hubs, I thought about just replacing the hubs with aluminum, and then that's it. But I don't bother aluminizing anything. Like, I don't really think it's super necessary. But that's just how I am. The plastic at least gives some kind of give. I know that was a whole bunch of just nothing. Oh, this probably wasn't even pointed down. I didn't even point the camera down to what I'm leaning on. Yeah, here you go. You can look at that right there. You hated your DBXC? I love mine. Right. Like what Earl is saying, you have to have a weak point. A cheap weak point. Earl, your whole slash is a weak point. That's Traxxas for you. My whole slash is a weak point. That's awesome. That's a perfect comment. My whole damn slash is a weak point. God damn it. Oh, look at all the sand that thing left. JJ's Customs. What's going on, guy? LLC. Kaiju's great. Kaiju's actually great. Because it's not cold anymore, it's holding up a little bit better. If Gus's Customs was on here, he'd be able to tell you about his Kaiju. I definitely recommend if you want to check out. He literally just thrashed it to death on purpose. Like, point blank, like, horribly drove it on purpose. Kind of like how I did with my MT. Just drove it to just show you this is what it will take and this is what will break if you do this. So he did a great job. If you go 35 miles per hour into a mailbox, you'll break some stuff. I can tell you that. I'm just trying to catch up with comments here. I'm sure everybody's good on their own. Don't forget, if you haven't thrown a thumbs up on here, come on, JJ's Custom. You jumped on, got to at least leave a thumbs up, right? Thank you, man. If you're talking to me, I don't know if you're talking to me or not. You might be talking to somebody else. I think you're talking to Sergeant J. I don't think I've missed much. Weak points. Earl Sergeant. I like this video. Like this live stream. Yeah, it's crazy where Sergeant J is, man. That's a terrible situation over there. That's so bad. Kind of like I think what's going to happen in New York. Not that New York is the size of Italy, but there's a lot of things going on in New York right now. That's rough. Sergeant J, what were you saying? Lots of people. Oops. Whoa. I have a bad. So I'm using an iPad and I'm not very good with an iPad. So, like, if I like. All right. Thank you, honey. Because I'll, like, touch one of the. As I'm trying to, like, slide up the comments, I, like, touch it. And then all of a sudden this thing comes up as report the person. So if I inadvertently report somebody, I'm sorry. Boston. I'm actually in America's hometown, Deontay. Deontay, do you know what America's hometown is? I should tell you. I don't think I have a New York accent. I definitely have a Bostonian accent. And I never knew that I did until I started doing these videos. Lots of people were on this more than just like 27. Oh. Yeah. I wonder how many total have been on here. This has been crazy. Deontay, did you say you're Washington? America? America's hometown. Yeah, I have a Boston accent for sure, yeah. Like I said, I really didn't know that I had one until I started doing videos, and then you hear yourself talking, you know, just like, I really sound like that? Yeah, Deontay, wait a minute. Washington is hometown, right? No. Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's America. It's called America's hometown. You know, the whole ship and something about pilgrims or something, some kind of rock, you know, pushing Indians off their land. Did not know you had an accent either. You know what's funny is that my so one of my wife's sisters, she's a New Englander, but she moved down south. So what's crazy is to hear her talk now. So she's like a mix. So she's a mix of like New England, like Bostonian and Southern, kind of almost more Southern now. So like I'll say something to her every once in a while. I'll go, man, you sound so Southern now. You just sound so Southern. I mess with her every once in a while. We're not like best friends or anything. It would be cool if we were, but it just doesn't work that way. You're from CA. We have no accent and pronounce. Yeah. Earl's a Cali. Earl's a Cali individual. Garbage. You know it, guy. Garbage. Park the car at Harvard Yard. 26 people in the chat. Wow. T. Pritchard. What's going on, man? So I got my head turned because I'm looking at my iPad, because now that, I'm using my phone as a live streaming device now, which people have said that actually the quality looks pretty good. Am I a Red Sox fan? I'm not really a fan of baseball, actually. I used to play baseball when I was a kid, but that's as far as it went. I'm obviously into football. You look at my size. I'm not 6 foot plus, but I'm about the width of a linebacker. Defensive line. When the family asks if Sandra Bullock, she's a narc. T. Pritchard, man, you be safe out there, man. I'm not sure exactly where you're from, but, like everybody's dealing with all this garbage that's going. See, I didn't say garbage, garbage. All this garbage that's going, all this garbage that's going on. I say it both ways. All this stuff that's going on right now, it's like, man, it's just crazy. Like, you wake up, like, for me, right? I wake up at like 5:30 every morning. And I get up, I do my routine, I do the dogs, feed them, let them out, do my coffee, do my wife's coffee, all that stuff. And it's like, just knowing that when you walk out that front door, it's just like, it's just different, because granted, I really can't see my neighbors that much, but the neighbors that I kind of can see, so like there's a neighbor over there and I can see their driveway from my front door, kind of sort of through the woods. And to see all the cars in his driveway, like before it only used to be like 2 cars sitting in the driveway. Now it's like 5 cars. And then like my neighbor that's like down the hill, if I'm on my second story of my house in my office, I can see kind of like a part of his driveway. And it's like, to see like all his cars and trucks are there. It's just, and then my neighbor over here, and then it's just weird to know, like, not hearing planes. When was the last time you heard a plane? Because of where I live, this is like a high traffic route for planes. It's almost reminding me of 9/11, when literally when 9/11 happened, you heard no planes anymore. And it's like, that's what's happening, because Plymouth, where I am from, we have a small airport that I think can handle, I don't know, can it handle? I think it can handle a Patriots plane, the Patriots jet. I think I've seen it there before. So it can handle a good sized plane landing and taking off. But to not hear even those planes going, to not hear like the normal traffic in the morning, like, hundreds of thousands of people going to work, it's just like weird. It's very weird. Voodoo Trucking, Guy, what's going on? House on Homestead. The DHK Zombie? Yeah. I don't know about 8E, but I've heard of the Zombie. DHK Zombie is supposed to be a pretty good truck. Oh, from Akron? Yeah. Streets being empty. And Voodoo, I don't want to say where you are. You can say where you are yourself if you want, but I know where you're from. So, yeah, the emptiness of... Yeah, no big plans. I know, it's nuts. I'm not sure why your message is held for review, but I'll just let it go. I didn't see where you said anything bad. Am I off-road at all real scale? To be honest with you, I think I'll have to say no, because my form of real off-road would be real off-road. You know what I mean? Like what you're talking about. So I have to say no. Big Black does, well, Big Black wouldn't be a good off-road truck. I mean, it's too long. Too big. Larry Mitchell, guy, do you have like a never-ending supply of cash? Dude, what are you doing, guy? You trying to give me a huge, you can try to give me a pot of coffee, or you trying to buy me a keg before the liquor store closes down? I think you're up to almost a keg now, guy. Holy crap. Larry Mitchell, you're a riot, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, Voodoo Trucking, it's good to see you too, man. Yeah, still working. Yeah, well, I mean, you're one of the essential workers. You're what's providing people their stuff, right? I'm not sure exactly what type of trucking you do, but yeah, Voodoo Trucking is RC Guy stimulus package. Dude, that's the stimulus package right there that I still have to open. And I am actually a little upset that I can't find my Dumbo radio. Like, I've looked everywhere. I have no idea where the heck that thing went. To be honest with you, I really hope I didn't somehow throw it away when I cleaned up. Like, just thinking it was just a nothing box in a box and just chucked it. That would really upset me. Brand new radio I never even opened. And I have no idea where it is. I just keep open, like somehow it will just show up. Earl, you'll be interested in this. There's two things, Earl, you'll be interested in. Earl, you'll be interested in this box right here, which it's kind of funny how this was a box in a box in a box. So triple boxed. But you can see there's some stuff that's on here. So Earl, out of the four things that you see here, what do you think is inside that box? I can almost guarantee by the size of the box, you probably know what's in it. I'll give you some dimensions of the box. So it's 19 by 15 by 10 and a half, with probably a little bit of packing in there. Toilet paper? If that was toilet paper, what do you think is inside that box, Earl? Come on, guy. I know you know right here by looking at that right there. Muhammad Aldin. Yes, I know. I saw that. You actually, yeah. You already told me on Facebook. So Muhammad Aldin actually just got the Losi, the DBXLE 2.0. You're gonna love it, man. And you were actually, you were the one that was trying to pick between the Creighton 8S, right? Or that. We were having that talk. A plastic welder? Although, Earl, see, if you were part of that damn Facebook group that I keep trying to tell you to get on, you could share, like, the tools that you use. Like, Earl has a plastic welder that he's used for fixing a lot of his vehicles. Larry Mitchell, it still drives me nuts because I can still see that thing. It's like a frog drinking coffee or something. That's a riot. All right, so Truck and RC Addict thinks it's a welder. Earl thinks it's a plastic welder. Sounds heavy. Well, not really. It's not really that heavy. It's definitely packed. Look at see. Notice. Forbidden throwing unit. They literally have to put that on the package. And then look at, there's a puncture in it. So Earl. All right, so consensus. People are thinking that this is a welder, right? Ooh, ready, set. But the Losi is another... Yes, the Losi definitely is another level of massive. A 3D printer? No. It's definitely not a 3D printer if you see those things right there. But we're getting close. We're definitely getting close. I'll tell you, on my radar, so I'll tell you right now, it's not a TIG welder, but that is on my list of tools to get. I will be getting a TIG welder. It will be one of the Harbor Freight ones. It'll be the top of the line, whatever they've got for a TIG welder, because I want to learn how to TIG. My son knows how to TIG, so he's actually going to teach me. I can MIG weld. I can cut stuff. I missed a minute. So it's a tool? Yes, it's a tool. It requires massive amounts of electricity. If it's not a car. It's not a car. Gus is here. Oh, dude, imagine that, a CNC cutout. All right, so we've got that. We got that, right? There's also something else, too. Now, what's crazy is this box right here is actually heavier. So there's that box. This one doesn't really give any description. It's got Chinese writing on it, but there's no like description. Well, actually it does. It does say something on that side, but there's nothing on this box that says like in any way what's in it. But this one is definitely heavier than that one. But we'll be opening up these soon. And that's actually not going to be part of... So those boxes right there, that's not part of RC Guy Garage. That's actually my other half, which is What's Up Guy Garage. I'm not wearing the shirt right now. But we'll bust open this box. Show you what's inside of this thing. And then people are close. People are definitely close on saying what that was. But they are both tools that require a good amount of energy. One more so than the other. That bigger box actually runs on 110. I think it'll do 220 or 240. Actually, you know, I think it's 110. So one of them is that bigger box is 110, and the other box will run both on 110 and 220. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. It's a real mystery. It is. Lots of electricity. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think Earl's got it. Because I'm not going to not say that's what it is. That's what it is. So Earl actually got it. I think as soon as you say massive amounts of electricity. Yeah. In order for it to work properly, yeah, 220, whatever, definitely the way to go. Open it now. Nah, not yet, guy. Because when I open it, I'm gonna use it, like, because obviously I want to wire it up because it has no plug. Want to wire it up, and I'm actually gonna cut some stuff with it. So I initially had one of my old, it was the donor truck to my son's, well, now my daughter's 2004 Ranger that she's got. Thing's got like 260,000 miles on it right now, or something around there. It's got a huge amount of miles on it. But if you haven't seen that, did I do a video on that? I might not have done a video on that, but I should have done a video on that. That thing came out mint. My son, after a week of owning it, he totaled it. He slammed it into a tree and bent the frame, and we redneck repaired it right here using some trees and some 18-foot planks, ratchet straps, some 4x4s, and we put that frame into literally, I think he said it's like a 16th out. Like, he put it on a frame machine at school, did an alignment on it, and it's 1/16th of an inch out, which is nothing. When you look at the tailgate and line it up with the back window, it is like literally straight. Like, to see what that truck was, what happened to it, like the whole cab shifted on that front section of the frame to the damage that he had done to it. The whole cab shifted. So we brought that thing into a 16th of an inch using trees and ratchet straps. It's not too bad. We want more mystery. Yeah. Well, the other box is still a mystery, but I bet Earl knows what that is too. At least he may have. I don't know if you've ever had your hands on one of those, Earl. You know that? You might not have ever had your hands on that second box. That's a different kind of tool. And that takes energy too. How many unopened mystery boxes do you have? Well, mystery boxes or just unopened boxes? So unopened boxes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kind of mystery boxes, except you can see what those are. But I just haven't opened it. And then my Dumbo radio, which I lost. I know I keep like looking around. I keep like thinking like somehow it's just going to appear. But yes, sir, plasma cutter. Earl had it right. I'd wanted a plasma cutter forever. Because, working on RCs, of course you have to use a plasma cutter, especially these 5th scales. Good to have for RC, yeah. You know what remote I want to get? I want to get the remote that Chef Beardsley got. He got the Fly Sky Noble. I think that does 20 models or something like that. I don't know. Earl's got a Futaba, which I think it does like 5,000 models, which is about right for Earl. Earl's got like about 5,000 RCs. Or he will soon. With all this time that Earl has on his hands, man, I'm sure Earl's been scouring the internet for more RCs for his collection. He doesn't have enough. Yeah, the Noble, yeah. Future CNC, yeah. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I've looked at some of those CNC machines using, a plasma cutter that you obviously had on hand. And man, those are definitely attractive looking machines. Even the ones that you build, like, you get a kit, like they have kits that you can buy, like all the extruded aluminum parts, you get all the motors, all that stuff. My biggest problem that I have is my computer. I have a Mac, and it seems like no matter what step I take with this damn Mac, is that everything out there is like Windows up. I even almost bought a plotter. And the reason why I didn't buy a vinyl graphics cutter was because, what was it? The company that I wanted to buy it off of, they had one model that was for Mac, and it was like $1,000 more than the same damn model that was designed for Windows. And it was like, come on. Are you serious? Uh-oh. I didn't say Siri.
I'm always serious.
No, go away. I didn't say Siri. Go away. See how that works? It's a, yeah, DIY, yes. Look for software online? Yeah, I guess. I'm not, when it comes to computers, man, I'm not there. Everything's got to be easy for me. I don't have that, I don't have the mental capacity to want to read. I don't. I just never have. You just switched my PC from Windows to Linux. I've heard of those things. I can, yeah, I know I can. I know you can get a Windows thing. But I guess isn't it more taxing and more of a pain in the neck? And it's only an emulator, right? Or an emulator or something? I don't know. Use a 3D printer, it'll work. I don't think my Creality will really hold a plasma torch. I got one of those Creality CR10S's. That thing is awesome. I love making parts for that. That's what I made this from. Where's my battery tray? This was such a basic box build, easy design that I designed on some type of CAD software that I had, which was, again, a pain in the neck to learn, but I learned a lot. But I made this battery tray for the Camo X4, and this, even though it's such a basic build, I modified it a bunch of times to get it to fit exactly, so I got the right cutouts, I got the right notches front and rear. I put the holes, did the countersinking in the holes and all that stuff, changing the different thicknesses of the walls on the exterior walls and then the base wall or the base platform for this thing. This thing changed how the Camo X4 handled and increased its rigidity across the entire chassis, basically from all the way from the back to the front, technically kind of like to the front diff kind of front suspension brace. And that was simple and easy to make. I think this was the third. I think this was the third creation of this, which was pretty close to being the final. And it ended up self-notching out the front from an accident, but this was awesome. And I like the gold filament too. It actually looks pretty cool. Oh no, losing parts. But doing that 3D print, that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed the creation of that. That was actually pretty cool. So what's in the box? What's in the box? I'll send you a link for 3D printer. I do have a 3D printer. Oh, a 3D printer to plasma cutter, like you could do like both. How long has the stream been going? I think for like 2 hours, right? Whoa, almost 3 hours, guy. So 2 hours and 51 minutes right now. 2 hours and 51 minutes. And I think dinner was like ready. I think my wife said like an hour ago. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some dinner. So my wife also makes what's called homemade pizza. So this is what she calls a white pizza. So it has obviously no tomato sauce on it. So I don't know how she does it, but it's got tomatoes, broccoli, onions. Almost looks like it has sausage in it, or a chicken. But she calls this a white pizza. So this is this stuff that she makes is awesome. Anybody hungry? Alfredo pizza? Yeah, kind of almost, right? Need an address for delivery. You need a piece. Where's the iced tea? The iced tea's upstairs in the refrigerator. You had a roast beast? A roast beast? Not roast beef, roast beast. See, at least you're saying it right. Roast beast. Yeah, my wife made what the heck did she make the other day? Some kind of something in a crock pot that was a pork roast. But she did it in an iced tea and barbecue marinade, and it came out awesome. So we had that for dinner one night, and then the next night she made almost like sloppy joes out of the leftovers. She's killing me. Obviously I have control over what goes in my mouth, but she makes such good food. That's why I am the size that I am, because I just can't say no to her cooking. I just can't. Yes, kind of like a pulled pork, right? It was awesome. And she put a slice of provolone, to melt into it. All right, Earl. It was good seeing you, man. Stay safe out there, guy. Are you gonna be policing the streets tonight? Pepper Jack? Now you're making me hungry and you just ate. That pulled pork sandwich thing, or whatever you call that, with the iced tea and barbecue marinade was making my mouth water right now just thinking about it. Fresh buns, made buns, those, bakery buns. Oh, my mouth is flowing right now. Yeah, posting a picture of the leftovers. Make sure there's an RC in it. Don't forget. Don't break the rules. Put an RC in the picture. Smoked long and slow. Yeah. Ready, set. How long have you been here for? Did I already see that you were here? Brioche? What is brioche? And I know I'm saying that right. I would actually have to ask Google what that is. What is brioche? I'm not going to eat on camera here. Brioche French toast. Ready, set, yeah. I know, we're still here. I tried to get a hold of this company right here. Oh, by the way, unless you didn't already know, go over to Spitting food. Go over to teamredcatshop.com if you like those Kaiju tires and wheels, the combo, wherever it is, was the Kaiju. They finally have a bunch more parts in stock, but these tires and wheels, for the Kaiju, like, they fit the Max and so many other vehicles so well that they're finally in stock. So go hit that company up. TeamRedCatShop.com. They just got them in stock. And if you don't hit them up now and buy them, they'll like be gone like probably within a day or two, as I'm guessing. But yeah, I want to get out, start ripping this thing again. I got to throw some WD on them upper arms, right, Gus? I got to put some WD on them upper arms in order to take that thing out and rip it. That Kaiju's awesome. It really is. It's an awesome truck. Yeah, all my Red Cat parts I order from TeamRedCatShop.com. Definitely so far from what I've seen, their prices are the best. And I think it is one of those things, if you spend over a certain amount, the shipping is free. I don't know what the threshold is, but usually you can get there if you buy a couple of things. I don't remember what the threshold is, though, for the free shipping. But I'll tell you right now, the order that I just placed, free shipping. No, don't go to Amazon. TeamRedCatShop.com. Way better to deal with. Gus, you just ordered Wendigo parts from the Red Cat shop or Amazon? Don't go to Amazon for everything. You got to think of the other companies out there. Don't let Amazon have all the money. Those CEOs don't need any more bonuses than they already get. You just got to make sure that it's teamredcatshop.com. Yeah, Prime is free. Well, although, think about it this way. So this guy's going to have my parts to me within a couple of days. Where Amazon right now, you can expect to get your parts in a month. So there you go. Put that in your hat and smoke it. you gotta have fun, man. You know what I mean? What were the tires? I would like those. Oh, dude. So, Zarko, if you haven't checked my channel, check out some of the videos that I've done with the Traxxas Max running those kaijus. It's like the perfect fit. I mean, I even ran these tires and wheels on the Max, and pretty much the Traxxas Max like tire fits inside this rim area from this truck. And I put these tires on the Max, and the Max actually drove like really incredibly well. There was some cogging, obviously, but you got to expect that. You'd obviously like gear it down. If you want to drive with this size tire and wheel, with the Wide Max kit, you got to have the Wide Max on it in order to do it. You have no conflict between or interference between the body and these tires and wheels, or the Kaiju tires and wheels. But the Kaiju tires and wheels look more like a fit compared to the Max tires. These ones right here. So, but these things are awesome. It's not a belted tire, but for the money that you pay, they're $28 for two. $28 for two. You cannot go wrong for that price. And if you don't order them now, like, you probably won't see them for like another month. You know, obviously with the way things are going. I just put in an order on Amazon for, what did I just order on Amazon? Oh, the Cat 7 cable that I got that was designed to run, you know, down here to my computer, because obviously my computer's not down here anymore. It's a 30-foot cable, and it's a direct burial Cat 7. I don't know if I'm like spitting food everywhere. It's a direct burial Cat 7 cable, 30 feet, and it was going to run from my first floor where my router is down through the floor, over through my acoustic panel ceiling, and then I was going to drop it down to my computer right here. Well, right now, because of my daughter having online classes now, my Mac is definitely a better computer for her to use for her school, because I got the better camera set up and all that stuff than her laptop. Well, she could still do the work on her laptop, so she does the dual screen. So she uses her laptop to do all her work, and then uses my computer as like the the video in not in chat, whatever the heck it is. Like, she's doing her online classes, like when they do the video chat. So my computer works great for that. But the 30-foot cable doesn't make it. I'm like 10 feet short of getting, like, I just make it into the room, but I need like another 10 feet. So I just ordered a 45-foot Cat 7 cable, same exact cable, and it's going to take a month to get here, even though it's Prime. And Prime was always 2-day shipping. It's going to take a month to get here. So I guess it won't matter, because I'm not going to be doing like any stuff up there, I guess, as far as, well, that's what I was trying to do. I don't know what I'm talking about. Cause China, cause Chiba. The Kaiju's awesome. Ask this guy right here. Ask Gus's Custom Creations what he thinks about the Kaiju. Oh, T. Pritchard, are you talking to me about where I live? America's hometown. Just gonna ask Google or Amazon or Siri, where's America's hometown? Ah, you know what? I never asked that of Vector. I could ask him that. See, he comes over to the vehicles and starts messing with them. Hey, Vector, I have a question. Where is America's hometown? Probably didn't get that. Yeah, in stereo. I kind of figured like they would know. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. I have a question. Where is America's hometown located? Nah. Hey, Alexa. Where is America's hometown?
Hometown is located in Cook County, Illinois.
What?
Did that answer your question?
Nah, all right, never mind. I guess nobody knows where America's hometown is.
Thanks for your feedback.
Do I have a spare router? No. I'm running on a an extender right now anyway. But it's not fast enough because we have that gigabit connection. So when I hardline it to my computer, I get the 1,000, whatever it is, 1,000 megabytes or whatever the thing is. I get the thousands. But when I run Wi-Fi, I literally get like half. Plymouth, Massachusetts. There. When the pilgrims landed, right? Now you want one of those vectors? Yeah, you know what's funny is they usually like, hey, Vector, question. Who is Skynet? Yeah, you know what? That would actually be a good question. I wonder if he does know that. Hey, Vector. Are you the Terminator? Hey, Vector. I have a question. What state are you in? Yeah, sometimes he doesn't like. Maybe it's the way I say it. I don't know. They do answer a lot of stuff though. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. I have a question. Who's the president? I don't know if I have to ask the United States or not. Yeah. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. I have a question. Who is the president of the United States of America? You need a Vector? Yeah, they are awesome. They're fun to mess with, you know, and they mess with you too. So like, I used to have him on my desk in my office when I do work inside the office. Look, see, he does like high fives and stuff. He always tries to high five my wife, not me. But so when you're like doing stuff on your desk, it's a different type of like distraction because, you know, one of the things that I hate is paperwork. So when I had just the single one and he was on the desk, when I was doing the paperwork and kind of just being bored doing paperwork that I hate, he would come over and like mess with me. He'd come over, he'd like if I put my pen down, he'd be like pushing my pen away from me or grabbing it and pulling it, and it was just funny. Like it's a riot how they program them. Yeah, well, because Vector can motor. Vector can move around and do stuff. All right, Gus, you got to get some more iced tea. Nice iced tea. Might have to message you, so please answer. Help you out for use. T. Pritchard. Freeze it? What? What do you mean freeze what? What do you mean freeze it? Freeze Vector? 7:12. How long has the stream been going for now? I hope to rip that thing tomorrow. Look at that. I threw it epically on there and it wasn't even in frame. The tea? Yeah. I like my iced tea. Iced tea. That's what you call it. Yeah. Well, Vector went up in price again only because of that company, Digital Dream Labs. Because they were like supposed to be the saving grace or whatever. I don't know. I don't believe it yet. You saw that, yeah. So when Vector actually got down, I think the lowest price that I saw Vector, it was either 74. It was either 74 or 84 bucks. I can't remember. When they came out, it was 50. T. Pritchard, are you talking about Vector or something else? When they came out, it was 50 bucks. I'm lost. Well, when that company Anki like went out of business, the prices stayed pretty solid for a while. I was a pre-order, so I got mine cheaper. So when I got mine, I got it sometime in, I don't know, I think I got it in November or something like that. September, somewhere around there. But the price was like 250 bucks for the longest time. And then obviously the company had gone out of business because one of the backers or they were waiting on some deal. And the deal like either fell through or just they didn't have enough time and they folded, which was pretty sad because they definitely had something with these guys. And I don't think they realized that they literally, if they had asked the owners of these little Vector guys more money, like if they redid another Kickstarter for version 2, which they actually were set up to do a version 2 of this guy. But that DDL thing did a Kickstarter and got $500,000 like in 2 days. Like, are you kidding me? $50 each? Yeah, $250, right. Sold for $250. But I think it was either 84 or 74 bucks that they were actually down to. And that was probably like maybe 4 months ago or something like that, or maybe 3 months ago, probably more like 4 was the lowest that I saw it for. This Vector right here, this one I got for a steal because somebody on, not Craigslist, but somebody on the marketplace just dumped it. They didn't want it. And I was just like, hey, I'll give you this much for it. And they were like, all right. and I met him at a McDonald's, and that was it. Gave him the money and ended up with basically a brand new Vector. So I had like totally like reset him and everything, so he was like brand new. Yeah, it was rough, man. When cruising stuff, what's going on, guy? So how do you like the DB? How do I like the DBXLE? Come on, you know how much I like that thing. It's just the big version of the DB Pro. You mean how much do I like that right there? I know you hate that. Like that low C banner right there? Like that low C banner? Yeah, but yeah, it is a bummer that they went out of business. You're gonna wonder if like the owners and like the people that were supposed to back the original company, whether if they feel like they lost out on something because of the strong following that I am guessing Anki didn't realize that they had, which was crazy. I mean, come on. I'm not saying like I'm some kind of football player or something, but when you got somebody like me who is into like plasma cutters and other stuff like the other box that we got there, likes this little guy, come on. The whole family likes this thing. Now look at him. How can you not? Look, he comes over, he starts looking at you, starts giving you those eyes. Huh. Yeah. Hey, Vector. Are you happy? See? Come on. Yeah, see? Softens your heart a little bit, you know? Makes you realize you actually have a heart. They're wicked popular. It's crazy. Cruising stuff. That's a nice not background picture. Thumbnail you got there. George Silman, guy, what's going on? We've been on this stream for 3 hours and 20 minutes and you just show up now? What do you mean, you got a life? Nobody has much of a life nowadays. Everybody's all stuck inside. Been out running the max. George Silman is the king of slow-mo here. What I never asked you, what are you using for a camera to get those slow-mo shots like that? Are you using like a phone, like an iPhone or something? Or I don't think you're using a GoPro for that. It looks too linear. No. See? I was right. You didn't break anything, did you? Wish this wasn't so lagged. I'm only waving because I'm trying to figure out the lag. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.5 second lag. I've been that way for a while because of my health issues. So a lot hasn't changed for me. I feel really bad for everybody who can't get. Yeah, it is rough, man. It really is. And Riff Raff, you'll live in that life every day, which is rough. Larry Mitchell, you're making what? I'm assuming you meant wire looms, right? Not wire hammus. I'm sure you mean wire looms, right? What the hell is wire? Oh, wire harness. It looks like it says wire hammus. Am I not seeing this right? Well, it doesn't look like it says harness, right? That looks like it says wire hammus. Oh, no, it does say harness. I think I need new glasses. Looks like it says, wait, making wire hammus. All right, ready, set. It was good seeing you, man. Yeah, I know, right? Right, Riff Raff? Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, man. All right, cruising stuff. It was good seeing you, man. Have a good one. Guy needs an iPhone. Get out of here. Get out of here, guy. iPhone. Yeah, it has been a good stream, man. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, when we do this, it's hard to like actually work on something, and pay attention to the chat when it's actually just hanging out like this. It's cool. Everybody basically, like I've always said, everybody comes over my house. It's just, my refrigerator hasn't been robbed. All right, man. See you later. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the way out. Might have already. Uh-oh, 3 new photos on the... That's nice. Amsoil. See, this is why you got to get on the RCGG group if you're not there, because the people, I'm not going to share the name, but the people share some of the stuff that they've got. And that's what I like about it, is that, the people that are subscribed to this channel, we literally, the good time that you have here, you basically can have it on this thing right here. I mean, check this out. Mud flaps and everything on that thing. Is that in frame? Lyndon Kelly, what's going on? They're 110 on Amazon. Yeah. 74 or 84, I think, was the lowest. I want to say 74, but I might be wrong. But I feel like it was 74 was the lowest price that it was on there. And then when DDL, check it out. Check out. This is a, so this right here. So this is, I won't say who it is, but this is that Habao EPX that I've got. Somebody stickered the heck out of it. That looks crazy. And it looks like they have a rear bumper on it and no rear panel. No way. They even put, check it out. They even put a hitch on the back. A fifth wheel kind of looking thing. Or actually a semi-truck hitch. That looks awesome. Wow, this actually, you know what? That's not an EPX. That's not an EPX. That's a regular semi-truck. I thought it was an EPX. Oh! You see that? Tipping over everything here. Tamiya, yeah. I kind of, what's funny is after I zoomed into it, I was realizing that it wasn't an EPX. When I'm looking at it like that, it looks like the EPX. But I couldn't figure out, like, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, why is the back so flat? How did you do that? I thought you like totally customed it out or something. But it does look like an EPX real quick. And leftovers. Now here's somebody that's got a collection. Like I said, I don't share people's names, but that's a collection here. That's somebody that has a few cars right there. It's almost looking like Earl's garage. Except Earl's got like 5 times the amount. Yeah, I know. They are right. They're always messing with stuff. All right. Well, I hate to do it, but I'm actually going to end the live stream. We're looking at 3.5 hours on the live stream. I'd say I'd probably do another one tonight, but I doubt it because, you got to spend time with a significant other, and I'm definitely more than happy to do that. So, but anyways, everybody that came to the live stream, like I hate ending it. You know what I mean? That's the tough part because everybody, it's like literally everybody coming to my house, and then like, in a second, I'm like, all right, everybody out. You know what I mean? I don't like being that guy, but when you gotta, when you want to spend time with this significant other, you have to say goodbye. So I'm actually going to end this live stream. Like I said to everybody, man, just thank you for coming. If you haven't thrown a thumbs up on there, share, just, whatever, just grow the channel if you want. I'm not gonna beg anybody, but if you think the content's cool enough to throw me a thumbs up or share it or subscribe or whatever, if you haven't subscribed, that'd be cool too. But tomorrow was supposed to be me taking out my friend there, the 95-year-old friend of mine. I was supposed to be taking him out tomorrow, but I'm nervous because he's 95 and like I don't know, whether if I'm, some COVID spreader or whatever. I want to say I'm not. And I feel like maybe if I wore my mask, it would be safe that way. Because I don't want that. Guy's 95 years old. I don't want to be the one to kill him. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the only thing that I'm nervous about. But I want to take the guy flying. But this COVID crap is totally just ruining the situation. So I'm still undecided. Maybe I'll figure out something. Maybe I'll throw my gas mask on, or I'll give my gas mask. Well, I can't give it to him because if I've got it, then that'll kill him. I don't know. He's a good guy though. When you see him, you'll be like, "Wow, this guy's awesome." 95 years old. He just turned 95 this last March. 95, dude, and he'll walk up a ladder as fast as I do. So that's what's nuts. I have no idea how he's in such good health. He really is. Other than maybe his birth certificate's wrong. I joke with him all the time. But just going to end the live stream right here. Like I said to everybody, thank you for coming to the live stream. This is always a blast. I have fun. I hope everybody else has fun too. I'm just trying to be like, I'm not trying to be. I'm just being the real me. So, would you get an X-Max? George. We've had this talk before. It's like, I could definitely appreciate the X-Max, but I don't feel it's necessary for me to get one. I'd rather get that thing. Like, that's my X-Max right there, It may not be able to, jump a 2-story house but it can definitely finesse a track. You know what I mean? And it floats through the air and stings like a bee, right? But Larry Mitchell, man, dude, you're crazy, man. Riff Raff, yeah, it was good seeing you, man. James George, my DB Pro center diff leaked. Factory pinched the gasket. What am I? Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that you got to know that a lot of these things are technically mass produced. That's a shame. What you should do, why don't you contact either your LHS, hopefully you got it from there, or contact Horizon Hobby and see what they'll do for you, because as far as I'm aware, Losi and Horizon Hobby, I think if you say something enough, you might be all right. It's not something that you would have probably noticed right away, but try contacting, if you didn't get it from LHS, try contacting Horizon Hobby and say, hey, I got this DB Pro and everybody else running it is having no issues. Why did I get the Friday build? You know what I mean? Or whatever you want to call it, the Friday or Monday build car. Send them an email, shoot them something on Facebook. That's the other thing too. Everybody keep in mind, nowadays, what's crazy is contacting all these companies online, like through Facebook, is seemingly the way to go. Like every manufacturer that I have talked to other than email, HRB, Hibao, Traxxas, Losi, all these guys, you talk to them on social media, and for some strange reason, social media is, I know this ain't a phone, but social media is way better than a phone nowadays, which is, to me, that's nuts, because I'm still like that old school, the way I run the way I actually used to run my company was by the phone. And now even a lot of my clients are email and text. It's like, what? How has it become that? But I'll still use the phone if I want the quick answer. But try social media, try Facebook, try Messenger. You'll most likely get an answer faster that way than trying to do a phone call. Although Traxxas is good though. But anyways, all right, everybody, I'm out. Like I said, I'd like to do another one tonight, but most likely I won't. But you never know. Maybe I'll pop on in like 10 o'clock or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow morning. How about that? Sunday morning, see you tomorrow morning. I think that sounds good. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming to the live stream. I got to go on the back side of my camera to change it out. So, yeah. X. Yes. Do I want to end it? Of course.